We are going to review American Fiction. I'm going to read the brief synopsis in case you need a little catch up. American Fiction is Cord Jefferson's hilarious directorial debut, which confronts our culture's obsession with reducing people to outrageous stereotypes. Jeffrey Wright stars as Monk, a frustrated novelist who's fed up with the establishment, profiting from black entertainment that relies on tired and offensive tropes. To prove his point, Monk uses a pen name to write an outlandish black book of his own, a book that propels him to the heart of hypocrisy and the madness he claims to disdain. Maggie, did you love American Fiction as much as I did?
I did. No notes. It was perfect. I had such a blast with it. I laughed. I got a little emotional, and I just really felt like wholly satisfied by this script and the story and this cast. It was
How cool is it that this is Cord Jefferson's feature directorial debut? Granted, he has had success in the it's not like he came onto the scene out of nowhere, but still, it is his first feature.
It's really well done. I was like so impressed with it. I had been at Middleburg where this had screened, and I didn't get to see it because it like played off something else I was doing that morning. And everybody who came out afterwards just absolutely loved it. And it was so clear that it was going to be the audience pick of that festival, and it was.
Yeah.
So I see why.
It was the Audience Award winner at TIFF too, which is a major Oscar precursor. I thought this film was phenomenal. I think the script is super sharp and thoughtful, and it's also got this really palpable warmth to it because of the family elements of it. Like the synopsis that I read is very focused on Monk and his professional pursuits, and also it's connected to personal ones as well. But another really strong element of this movie is watching him reconnect with his family. I think for Monk, in terms of how it changes his life and how it inspires him to reprocess things, but also because the other characters, the other family members, and also the woman he meets, played beautifully by Erica Alexandra, is they're so fully drawn. Like even if they have less screen time than him, they feel like full living, breathing people. And I feel like it's because they are written really well. And then this movie was filled with actors who knew exactly how to take what was on the page and bring the absolute most out of it. In particular, Sterling K. Brown. My God, what he does as Monk's brother Cliff in this. He's got like this electric energy to him, but then he also has so much range with the character where he could be like really boisterous, a big personality, but then he also has these really like quiet, sensitive moments, and he navigates that so exceptionally well.
He's also got some of the best dialogue too. Some of the snarky comments that he makes is just had me rolling.
The snarky comments, and then he's got some like real moments of truth. I don't want to spoil anything, but some of the moments in the movie that moved me most, whether it moved me to sad tears or happy tears, have Cliff at the core. And I'm like, you're doing a lot with this role right now, and I am here for every single ounce of it.
Absolutely. He's so good. The whole cast is just good. It's like really hard to isolate like one performance because everybody brings so much to what the story is telling.
And everybody is so connected too. I mean, this also goes back to the script, but I think one big reason why American Fiction is such an effective and powerful family story is because it very clearly conveys how connected everybody is, and the importance of, I feel like the importance of self-worth and figuring out what you believe, but also while hearing others out around you. And it's done very, very well. And I think it emphasizes the power of this ensemble and how well this movie was cast.
Absolutely.
So the next question we must tackle with American Fiction, because it's December. We're in the thick of award season. We have about 3 weeks to go until Oscar nomination voting begins. How do you think this is going to do on the award season circuit?
I hope that it gets a lot of nominations because I feel like it satisfies something that we haven't seen in movies in a really long time. It's something that I like have personally craved for. This and The Holdovers kind of hits that same, like, I haven't seen a film like this in 20 years, and it hits in an emotional point that I really appreciate it. I really hope that it gets a Best Picture nomination because I think it is something that needs to happen because it hits. It's such a a commentary to the types of stories that generally do well in like the Oscar run, and I feel like it's a reaction to a lot of that in some ways, and that's why I'm like, this needs to be pushed to the forefront. Everything doesn't have to be like trauma. It can be like a different kind of there's trauma obviously in this, but a different kind of reaction to trauma.
I keep saying that American Fiction and The Holdovers are the two movies that are going to be on the rise throughout the season because, they are thoughtful. And again, there's moments of like real emotional weight and they're tearjerkers at some points, but they're also, they're impossible movies not to love. They are true crowd pleasers. And I do think that they're going to benefit from positive word of mouth. But for American Fiction in particular, like I hate speaking in definitives just because I don't want to make anything sound like a guarantee, but I truly would be shocked if this movie didn't get a Best Picture nomination. And I think it's firmly in there, and I think it deserves to be in there as well. I think Cord Jefferson getting a Best Director nomination might be a little tough, not because he's not deserving, but because this year is especially stacked in that category. But I think we could see someone like him and also Celine Song get first-time feature filmmaker honors in other award ceremonies. I think Jeffrey Wright has a very good chance of getting a Best Actor nomination. Sterling K. Brown might have his work cut out for him a little more in the supporting category, just because there's a lot of people that could get those nods in there. But again, I think he's very deserving as well. And then look out for the screenplay to get a nomination. I think it's going to do very, very well. But one nomination in particular I really want to see it get, and it kind of ties back to what we were just talking about, is I want to see it get a SAG Ensemble nomination.
Yes.
I think this is one of the best cast movies of the year. And then on top of just being really well cast, I think every single actor in this ensemble has pitch perfect chemistry with one another while elevating their own characters. I mean, what is more deserving of an ensemble nomination than that?
100%. And if it is, I plan to vote for it.